Alright, time for the intro. Welcome to Alpha's channel, where bad albums burn. Jomama's gonna teach you all a lesson you will learn. Nicky, you're not an MC. Lil Wayne, at least you're friendly. Anyone who's had a bad track is public. It could be your turn. Jomama. Hero bands crush the Carters, no time flat. Jomama. I'm tired of all these low rhyme hacks, Jomama. Drake, Rick Ross, better wish you luck, Jomama. Cause your album sucks, Jomama. Oh man, this album. As an Eminem fan, I am deeply disappointed that this album exists. The fact that my favorite rapper had gone to mediocrity after only his fourth studio album kind of gets me a little angry, which means angry. This, this, this can't be true. This can't be true. Well, let's review it, shall we? This album sucks. From a man who is able to rival the likes of Nas, Tupac, and Biggie Smalls, this album is straight up embarrassing. I will admit, though, I did like a few songs. For example, Mockingbird is a nice example of sincere and loving single that has bittersweet lyrics and a touching message. However, I don't know why you had to nonchalantly make it so out of place with the rest of the LP. I mean, come on. There you go. There it is. I mean, come on. I mean, that song at least had intent of enjoyment and dedication put to it. But it's in the mix with Evil Deeds, my first single, But Like That, and Puke, which have very lazily written content. Well, let's focus on the good stuff first. Don't worry, it'll be short. Alright. Yellow Brick Road is my favorite one on this album. It's really good and tells of M's 8 Mile days and how he was wrong about a recent comment that he made on a mixtape when he was a teenager. I'd give the song a 10 out of 10. It's a nice fresh breath of air considering how horrible most of the album is. Like Soldiers is also great, along with the song Mosh, which goes a little more political, but doesn't. Instead of focusing on politics, gets it gives off more of an impact of wanting to stand up for what you believe in instead of just going against Bush and everything. Now the title song Encore is good, but forces its guest stars to really save itself. In this song, it seems like a D12 song, where M mostly did one verse and the hook. It's okay, but not enough Eminem in an Eminem song. Now the bad songs are too much to handle in this CD. Never Enough, But Like That, Evil Deeds, Puke, my first single, Crazy in Love, Rain Man, Big Weenie, and One Shot, Two Shot. These songs' flow are non-existent, and the rhymes are just straight horrible. Either barely or non-rhyming, or are two syllables at the most. I mean, have you even heard the song Evil Deeds? He tries to rhyme predominantly with predominantly. And he says it like 5 times. Oh, yeah. Now, these songs are also very lazily written. Also in that song, as I was saying, it goes way too downhill just from the starting track. I mean, the fact that he has to repeat words to fill out time, like getting dropped off, 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 that sort of stuff. And stuff like, I don't really swear, so I'm just gonna say the cheesy censored title, but like that, it is just way too, oh man, it's way too generic. Too many people were singing about the same stuff. And the fact that he was dissing a puppet is just, it's, and the guy was in the video, so why even make the song if it was a diss to no one really, and you had him working with you in that video? I mean, you can make a funny butt song, but at least make it funny. You can't just. I'm getting ahead of myself. Songs like Big Weenie, while your other songs could get away with certain childish words by making them funny and like witty and quick humored. How, like for example, in '97 Bonnie and Clyde, or just the two of us, depends on which CD you have. he he speaks like a 2-year-old can understand because he was talking to his daughter who was 2 years old when that song was made. It's just so funny because he's talking about a messed up subject and trying to make it so that a 2-year-old can easily understand it. However, in the songs like Big Weenie, where he's trying to make a diss to Raven Zeno, he's not saying stuff like he's unlike the song Bully, which is really good, where he's actually taking things that the guy has done and using them against him. He's just saying, "Hey, you're just jealous of me, and you're making fun of me, and that you're super mean. I'm gonna get my mommy, who that I dissed in a song that came before with the album before this one. So I don't know if she's gonna be very happy, but I'm gonna get my mommy." Man, but Rain Man, it tries to get a chance at humor, but it just fails in all ways. I mean, I know that he's trying to get some cartoony humor in there, and I would respect that. I'd love to hear some cartoony humor, just like he does later on and stuff like Relapse and the Marshall Mathers LP too. I really like those, like in Rhyme or Reason, where he does the Yoda voice, young better one. That was a horrible Yoda voice I did. But at least those were funny. But saying that you forgot your name and not even giving any explanation to it, like you could have just said that you had. It just doesn't make any sense at all. And it's not something that I would ever play. My first single falls under the same thing as But Like That. I mean, the lyrics are way too generic in the hook, and it doesn't make any sense. So, there are two songs in here that do fall in between good and bad, though. Like Just Lose It, which I know a lot of people hate, but I actually have a sort of liking to it. It was actually trying to get a hint at humor, and in my opinion, it actually pulled it off pretty well. It had some good self-satire, unlike most of the album, right? And Well, it makes you feel relaxed from the pure garbage that is most of the album. However, the instrumentals are just lazy and unenjoyable in that song. Which, speaking of which, most of the instrumentals suck in this album too. Spend Some Time is actually well thought out though. It's a song about his past struggles with his ex-wife Kim. However, it doesn't cover new ground and suffers a bad instrumental as well. Overall, I give this album a 4 out of 10. You should never buy this album! Mostly because you're not going to find the deluxe edition with the 3 bonus tracks that are actually really, really good. Actually, if you find that one, good for you. But it doesn't help the fact how bad this album is on its own. And those tracks aren't even Encore exclusive. The 3 bonus tracks are from an EP called Straight from the Lab. I'm a very loose critic, and I'm more likely to warm up to something even if I do know it's bad. However, this is beyond my limits, and I can't comprehend the fact that people compare this to Relapse. I actually love Relapse, and it perplexes me to think that this garbage is compared to it. Well, anyway, that is my review of Encore. I hope I never have to do something like this again. Bye bye!